Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Gentlemen, I have two questions for you.
Oh, what are they,
What
Dave?
could they be?
Are you ready to rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock.
More importantly, are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Of course.
You know it.
Fantastic. I'm going to give a little bit of background for people who don't know the show. Can I just get a round of applause for people who have listened to the show?
There it is.
I love it. I love to hear it. Perfect. For those of you who don't know, we are a Starfinder podcast. It's kind of like D&D in space. We play in a homebrew setting, and this is going to be taking place. This adventure takes place on Second Earth, or Surth for short. It is a space station built into an asteroid that is floating through space. It is made up of 3 levels: the Midnight Bazaar at the base of the station, the Drip, a club district where the party never stops, and the Dome, sitting at the top that houses the wealthy elite. Usually controlled by one of the many corporations that the station calls home, a surprising turn of events has found Surth under control of an enigmatic man known as Voltaire, who staged a hostile coup over the course of a single night and now holds the key position of power, the seat. Since his rise, he has turned the seat into an extra-dimensional nightclub known as Gallery Voltaire. The 3 of you are a small-time gang, known for petty theft and burglary. Unfortunately, during your last job, you got caught. And even more unfortunately, you got caught stealing from none other than Voltaire. However, someone has paid for your bail, and you've been escorted to a small restaurant in a limo. A Patra guard who is a cat folk, he is a silver tiger, he's wearing a suit, ill-fitting, but still rather nice, has led you into a bar that is very obviously closed. The chairs are up on the table, and he holds his hand out for a second as he goes into the back room. Before we get started, Niall, can you introduce your character, please?
Yeah, so I'm playing Clutch Dynamo. He's a rat folk. He's a biker. He's from the legally distinct Moors. So no lawsuits here.
I don't think the planet Mars has a trademark.
But biker mice from Mars do. So, yeah, he has like a series of gold rings in his ears. He's kind of scarred up a lot because he used to be in the Space X Games. And right before Space Mountain Dew went under, they had done kind of a last-ditch gambit to try to regain popularity. So they had him jump over a giant vat of Mountain Dew. But due to cutting costs, both the ramp was defective and the Mountain Dew itself was far more acidic than usual. So he lost the majority of his body in the accident, and it was replaced by a lot of nanobots.
Fantastic.
I'm assuming the Mountain Dew is spelled differently for legal purposes?
Of course. It's
Okay,
also
okay.
Space Mountain Dew, which is very different.
Completely
Of course.
different. Terry, can you introduce your character, please?
Sure. I'm playing an android named Soju. She's kind of short, a lot of bright pink colors going on with her, but that's not the important part about her, because she has this drone. And the best way to describe this thing, it's like a mixture of a horse and a crab. And really, I don't think anyone could love it as much as Soju does. And it kind of, as it kind of wobbles in, it looks like it wants to die. And she just like picks it up and grabs it in her arms, and it struggles until it just kind of gives into its fate. And that's Soju.
Incredible. Last but not least, Ryan, can you tell me what your character is all about?
Yeah. So I'm playing Jan, or his full name is January. They're a Draelik. So the Draelik, to simply put it, are a large shark humanoid race of people who haven't swam in a million years. So they look at like aquatic, but they're not aquatic. They're about 7 feet tall with a pale yellow skin. They wear jorts, and they have an insect-skinned vest they wear as armor. They've had a lot of surgery done, so a lot of augments, other biotech fused into them, so their eyes are different, their feet are different, so everything about them is a little bit off, a little bit funky.
Right
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The Patra guard comes out and opens this large mahogany door and welcomes you into the back room. Mm-hmm. And inside is a large man, a large human man. He's far more obese than you would ever imagine a man could get. He's sitting in a chair that has obviously been custom built. And he looks at the 3 of you and he says, "Well, you got caught.
Y'all, like, that wasn't us, though, bro?
We have lots of footage. So we're not here to discuss your innocence because we know what you did and we know who you did it to. I'm sure the likes of you, even lowly petty thieves, know who Voltaire is.
Clutch just looks scared.
I mean, I would avoid petty. I mean, it was.
Yeah, we're not just petty. We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Feel like you are. Got a little
got
too,
really angry
a
at
little
that.
too exciting there. I feel like you're focusing on the wrong word there. I'm not worried about what you think you are. I'm worried that you don't know how much shit you're in.
I mean, reputation is everything in this.
Yo, just like cut to the chase, bro. Or what do you need? What do you want? Or can we just like scoot?
Yeah, you're definitely not scooting.
Yeah, I figured.
So, here's the deal. You stole from Voltaire. And now, in order to make sure that me and my boys don't end you, you're gonna do him a favor. And you're gonna steal from Voltaire.
Yeah. I don't think you know how this works. Stealing is bad. Why are we stealing from the guy who's hiring us?
He heaves himself out of his chair and waddles over to a table that's situated in the middle of the room, and with his big ham fist he slaps everything off the table and opens up a drawer and unrolls a map, more specifically a schematic, to a building that you could only ever dream of going to, the Gallery Voltaire. And he says, "There's a very important person attending the gallery tonight for a very special event. One Mr. Bryce Wade of Wade Enterprises. And he will be there with some proprietary technology. Voltaire and him are supposed to have a meeting after the event in which Voltaire will purchase said technology, but Voltaire does not want to purchase technology, so you will operate as individuals and steal it for him. It needs to look like an outside job, so Voltaire can't be insinuated in the crime. And if you do this for him, Voltaire will forgive your transgressions.
And what else is in it for us?
You get to live."
Yeah, that's like a pretty good deal, bros.
Dane, can I roll a sense motive on that, like, no strings attached thing? Like, if we do this, we're safe.
Sure.
That's absolutely not true.
Absolutely not.
100% not.
That's a 4.
You believe him, yeah. You're
So
scot-free after this.
Yeah, just a simple job and we're out of there,
A
guys.
strong start. Good.
My sense motive is -2. There's no way I'm doing that. So. All right. Seems legit.
The map gets oriented so that you can look at it, and he taps his finger at an entrance on the map, and he says, "This is how you'll be entering. I've given your passes permission to get up to the dome, and your little wristbands all beep with the appropriate level of authentication." And he says, "And you will be entering in disguise. You see, I hear there's a bit of a bug problem in the Gallery Voltaire, so you will be exterminators." And the Patra guard comes in with a rolling rack of clothes, and all of them are perfectly suited for you, all the correct sizes, and it is an extermination company. And the camera smash cuts to the back of the logo as you guys enter into the Gallery Voltaire through the service entrance. "There should be nobody here," he says in a voiceover. "The hallway should be clear and you have all the proper credentials to get in. All you have to do is make it to the service tunnels where you enact the next part of the plan." Everyone give me some perception checks.
Ooh.
Fucking nat 20. Let's go. I like that Dane leaned over to check, like he doesn't believe me.
I never get to look, and now I do.
I have a dirty 20 right now.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's
Evens out.
That's what I was hoping for. You are walking carefully, and there is nobody in here exactly as they said. However, unfortunately, Mr. January doesn't notice that one of the doors slides open behind him, and a skinny, wiry android carrying a 6-tier cake walks out and crashes into you and spills the whole thing on the floor. And the android looks up at you and he says, "What have you done?"
I'm so sorry. It was a beautiful cake.
And then he looks at you for a second and he says, "Wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here.
No,
Who are you?"
We're exterminators. Especially, this is how you get ants. I point to the cake. So that's why we're here preemptively.
Where are you supposed to be spraying?
I believe the service tunnels. We're on our way there now, bro.
He opens up a data pad and he begins scanning through and he says, the service tunnels already have a team in there being worked on.
Not the vents to the service tunnel.
Also, that team's like totally bogus, man. So we just kind of clean up after them.
Give me a bluff check.
Oh shit, that was a bad call. Good luck.
That's a 16 because I have 0 in bluff.
That's not too bad.
Okay.
He looks at you for a second. He says, "So you're saying there is another team in here that is a bogus team, but you're the real team?"
There's another team in here?
Like bogus, like they're not good at their job, man. Like we're elite, bro.
There shouldn't be another team. We were hired to do this.
He looks at for a second and
Did you see their ID cards?
I mean, I'm not security. I'm just a caterer, so I'm not
You're
exactly.
just a caterer. Why are you questioning why we're here?
Well, now that I see you, I'm suspicious.
I'm suspicious of you. Why were you bringing a cake into an empty room?
Why is there a cake down here?
He looks down at the cake and he says, "Don't worry about it."
Now I'm worrying about it. I would like to speak to your superior, please.
Okay, well, hold on now. Let's just pump the brakes here.
Can I percept the cake
Yeah,
to see if there's something hidden in it?
sure.
That is a 21.
You look in the cake, and in the bottom tier, you realize that it's not a cake, and it's some sort of electronic device.
Do I know it through, and can I engineering see what it is?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a nat 1.
You have no idea. It's probably nothing.
There's so much frosting on this, but I'm pretty sure it's an electronic device. What are you up to, bro?
Okay, hold on. Let's pump the
You're a
brakes.
criminal.
Let's walk it back.
Don't make me make January punch you, bro.
Okay, here, listen.
Are we supposed to eat this?
No. Why no? Do you want to eat the floor cake?
No.
January scoops up a big mouthful of floor cake.
Yeah, is it good?
It's pretty dry.
Oh.
Yo, guys,
Roll
let
an
him-
intimidation check.
That's a 7.
Oh, man, just rocking it.
He's more upset
Rocking
at
it.
the fact that you're eating floor cake. He just says, look. Obviously, there's more than what we know is going on here, and I'm going to clean up my floor cake, and you can go to the service tunnels, right?
Yo, should we just like fucking kill this dude?
We cut back to the planning room. And the large crime boss says, "You'll meet one of my contacts. He's dressed as a caterer. He's carrying an EMP that will help you get past the next checkpoint."
Actually, we'll clean up the cake.
Do we cut back so that I can say,
Yo, just joking, bros.
He gives you a knowing nod as he picks up the EMP and scoops up the rest of the cake onto a tray. And as he walks over, he reaches into the cake and presses a button. And you see the door at the end of the hallway beep and open up.
I go through the door?
In voiceover,
Yeah.
you hear the crime boss. "The service tunnels are going to be difficult to get into, but you'll need to find the correct access point." And he traces his finger along the ventilation system, and he says, "It'll just be a matter of getting in undetected. There'll be no one working on those things, but there will be people coming in and out of the service quarters, so you'll need to make sure that you are not spotted while you get into those vents. That is how you're going to access the sub-level." We smash cut to a pair of Ysokis working on that exact access point. And they are welding a new grate onto the tunnel or the vent that you're trying to get into. What would you like to do?
How thick are the bars of the grate?
In terms of like how much space is in between them?
Yeah.
Average grate size,
Perfect.
like an inch, I guess.
Do they
For
have any
less
logo?
a quarter inch, half inch,
Do
half
they have
an
any
inch.
logo on their back or anything? Like they're the opposing extermination company or something like that?
They are. They don't see. They seem to be like in-house
Okay.
people. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have like the big, like golden V on their back.
Can I use my sticky hands and feet to crawl up on the ceiling? And I want to try to listen to what they're saying about what they're doing.
I do want to remind you that there is lots of people moving through here. They're not paying attention
there's
to you,
lots.
but there are people moving through it. This is like how like the servers and the waiters and the caterers get around through various places in the Gallery of Voltaire. So whatever you do here
Will be seen.
needs to be sort of
Just him on the ceiling.
on the down low.
You want us to get through a solid grate on the down low?
Are there other grates spaced along the way?
Yes,
Okay. And they all connect to the same thing?
it looks like it. Yeah.
I'm going to look at the guys and like,
Yo, like, just like hide me with your bodies, bros.
Wait, what was?
Just
Hide you with their
Hide me
body?
from view. Like, I'll step in the middle of you guys. I'm a small rat guy.
What does having one less of us do in this situation?
as
it's
they
fine. Just do
presumably get into space because we're a team, I become a pool of liquid using slithering shape, and I'm gonna like goop up
Well,
the wall.
Well,
You gotta roll a stealth check.
I would love for you to roll a stealth check. Because a little rat guy turning into a puddle of goop a la Alex Max
And
is
now no longer vacant hallway, so
Well, they did block me with their bodies.
Yeah. I'm
Okay, so
big.
I will give you a +4 to this roll
Okay,
for
that's
cover.
a 22 stealth.
Okay,
all right.
let's see what the rats get. You managed to, with January and his big shark body blocking most of the way, and Soju and
What is Stumpy?
Stumpy? Stumpy is the drone is like they've made this perfect sort of like casual wall. Like January is doing like a casual lean, just super chill, and you manage to turn into a puddle and slide into the vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go past them in the vent and try to mess with one of the further vents so it falls down so they go that way.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
Perfect.
I guess we just.
And
we're
is
just
the
gonna chill
room in the
hallway
vent?
while he goes off and
Like
takes care of
once
his
now that
thing?
I'm in the pipes,
I'm sorry.
like can I stand? Like can I reform in the pipe?
Like you could be crawling. Like it's enough to like crawl through
I'm,
the.
I'm a little rat guy.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna like go out of goop form, go across, enter my sheath array to get a little bonus to sleight of hand, and this is that's an 11.
That's a good look.
Well, I rolled 12 on the dice, so you realize.
Oh wait, no, that's not factoring my sheath array. That is a 13.
This is still
Yeah,
not
right.
enough.
Oh, you got 11 on the dice. Yes.
Yes. You realize that the screws are on the outside, so you stick your hand out through the vent and begin unscrewing from the other side of the vent. And the two guys who are working on it look over and they say, "Hold on, what the hell's happening over there?" And they are going to radio something in. I'm going to give Soju and January an opportunity to do something.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to do a long distance hack to it.
Okay.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's do my computer's check. You know what? 24 to try to just like disrupt it, or maybe, just disrupt it for now. Like it doesn't go through.
So he goes to raise his comm up to his ear and call in a security personnel, but it flickers, and he's like, "God damn it! Go get someone!" And the one begins running away.
How many people are around, like watching us right now?
Let me roll a dice.
Roll a dice.
No one. It's a vacant hallway, right?
There's 7.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
That's good.
Hey, I saw the big security guy go that way.
And what are you trying to?
Just get him to go the other way.
Okay, sure, yeah. The guy runs the opposite direction.
I don't know if that's going to help. I don't know.
Can I move back
Let's
to the
just-
vent we're meant to go through then and try to open that one?
Let's just take out the
Sure.
one that's remaining. Let's just
Sleight
do
of hand
this.
still or engineering now that I don't need to be stealthy?
Engineering.
Okay, I'm gonna make a little tool.
I feel like
Okay. As my nanites like form into this like engineering kit, I am going to have a 24 engineering.
Cool. Yeah, you managed to open the grate up.
And there's a guy right outside, right? Just like
There is a
okay. There's just
no. There was two of them.
yeah.
One guy ran.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
guy's just
And then
watching
the
you
other
open
way-
the vents.
The other way.
No.
So
Oh, is that what you wanted to do? You wanted to send both of them away?
Yeah. Sure.
Fuck it. We have 45 minutes. Yeah, they both run away.
Hey, actually, it was the other way. You should go that way, and your friend go that way, and you'll find somebody.
Yeah. Okay. They're
It
like.
made more sense to me that he was trying to get the other guy to go the other way, not change direction the one guy
That's
was
why I
going.
let him do it without a roll.
See, I thought we were gonna just take out the guy that was there at the vent and move
Hey,
on.
let me tell you
Okay.
right now. Again, 45 minutes. Yeah, they both run away.
All
they go
right.
two
See
different
you
directions.
guys. Have a good day.
The one guy's like, "Thanks, shark guy," and he's gone. You guys get into the vents.
Let's do it.
No problem.
Yo, bro, that went so well, guys.
Man,
We're so elite.
Yeah. Why do you call us petty?
right?
Really hung up on that.
Drop down into the sub level, and you realize that you are in a long hallway, and it's every heister's worst nightmare. It's empty, and there's a door at the end of it.
Are you expecting us to spend the next 45 minutes here? Because that's pretty
Yeah,
much
this is
what's
as much as
about
I
to happen,
planned, so
right?
I got nothing else to worry about.
Does anyone have any chalk?
Yo, bro, I got something better.
And I like concentrate. You see my face kind of warp as like my eye recedes into my face, and the mechanical eye like folds out over it.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch, I imagine. As I activate my wide spectrum ocular implants in case there's any infrared beams here.
Hey,
Nice.
guess what? There is. There is a set of like Resident Evil style like lasers all over the place, and you can now see them.
Yo, classic lasers, guys. Watch your step.
Well,
No, I mean, you're the only one who can see him.
Well, like, is there anything for her to hack?
I don't know why I'm talking
that-
to you as this rat guy.
Right now, you don't see any terminals. No.
is there any space on the ceiling? Like, are the lasers up that high?
Ooh.
I mean, they're going up and down, right? Like
Okay.
they're like classic heist lasers. They're kind of everywhere.
All right.
Can I acrobatics through them?
I will take an acrobatics or an athletics, depending on how you want to go through.
I will acrobatics.
Okay.
Imagine there's like a console at the end to turn them off, hopefully.
And I will say if Clutch succeeds here, you can follow his footsteps, and I will give people a +4 to follow with either an athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Well, this dice roll came in clutch.
Bad.
Everyone should laugh at that.
Nope, don't.
So that's going to be a 26.
Amazing. Yeah, you Catherine Zeta-Jones the shit out of this hallway. You're like, you unnecessarily so, like you do the like curve move just over and over again. Like you don't have to, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
Do we have to do that too?
I'm really big.
If you want your +4, you do.
You got it, bros. Just like I did it.
Stumpy can't do that. +4?
Yeah.
23.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh, great! Yeah!
It was bound to happen.
I'm really big.
You follow it perfectly, Soju, and somehow Stumpy's doing all right too.
Hey,
He's
it's
just
just
crab
stumbling
walking through.
Begging for death, yeah.
January, you start, and then instead of like moving, or you just walk straight through it.
Yeah, we're running out of time, so we may as well just go straight ahead.
And expecting an alarm to go off, nothing happens. But you see a secondary set of lasers replace the first set of lasers.
Are they the alarm lasers?
And as he crosses that first set of lasers, the door at the end of the hallway opens.
I really don't like this because bad shit should be happening right
We cut
now.
back to the planning room, and he says, "It's very simple. All you have to do is hit the first set of lasers and avoid the second, and the door at the end of the hallway will open."
God damn it.
That was the most upsetting thing you could have told me right now.
Do we all have amnesia?
The desserts they served at that meeting were really good.
You enter into the vault room, and this is where it gets difficult. The crime boss leans forward and says, "It's going to be hard here, and I don't know how you're going to do it, but all three of you need to turn these keys." And he slides 3 keys to you, And he says, that opens the vault. This is usually a 4-man job, where the 4th waits at the vault, and there is a manual release on the other side. However, there's only 3 of you.
Hell, we have a robot.
We do have Stumpy.
He looks at this garbage robot, and he says, there's only 3 of you.
That was rude.
Hey,
And he says, however, there is a very short moment where the vault closes slowly. If you can find a way to get to there in time, you'll be able to do it. However, the Voltaire is smart. He knows that there are creatures and abilities and magic that lets you run very fast. So he's made a somewhat of an obstacle course. There is a round pillar in the center of the room that you see now. On the sides of the walls are these glowing red walls that you know are gonna hurt real bad if you touch them. And you see a straight shot pillar of energy walls on the side, and then you can see the door through that pillar of energy. What would you like to do?
Oh, so we have to, like, swing around?
I think the term is drift, bro.
Oh, we haven't put 3 people on the motorcycle since, like, 3 heists ago.
4, don't forget Stumpy. Can Stumpy lay on it?
Stumpy can float near the door.
He can't float.
Stumpy can walk to the door.
Okay.
They're not turning a key.
That's true.
Can I fit 3 people on the bike?
Fuck it. 45 minutes.
We should make Dan do 45 minutes for all our sessions.
Oh my god, yes.
That'd be so much easier.
My guy, remembering this conversation, like,
Don't worry, bros. I've totally got this.
I turn the keys?
Let it rip.
Let's turn the keys. Do we have a mechanic for that, or can we assume we're that competent?
45 minutes.
Amazing. And then one of my abilities, I can just form a bike out of my nanites.
Hell yeah.
So I form a motorbike, and I'm like,
Get on, bros.
Hop on.
You can see through the
Oh my
energy
God,
pillar.
the-
You can see the door beginning to slide closed. It's about halfway now.
I assume
Punch
this is
it.
racing dangerously and drifting.
Yeah.
My very useless feat is coming in clutch. I'm going to piloting check to do this, and I get to roll twice because of my feet.
See what happens to this 1 HP motorcycle.
Okay. All right. That's a 23.
Amazing. Describe how you drift around this into the vault.
Gun my bike, like, as it's still forming and as they're jumping on. Like, they're jumping and it's forming under them. And then when I get to it, just, like, gun it into the most dangerous, like, flat to the floor, like, thing. And then Akira slide under the door.
Woo!
The door slams shut behind you, and you are now in the Gallery Voltaire vault. It is lined with these golden safety deposit boxes. There's stacks of gems and various precious metals. There's gold bars. I don't know why they need that in space, but there are.
Nice.
And in the center, you see a briefcase with the Wade Enterprises logo on it, ripe for the taking.
You know, we could pick up a few of these on the way out, right? No, he would. I'm sure Voltaire wouldn't mind, right?
Yeah,
No?
Voltaire will hunt us down and kill us.
Yeah, I'll be
But
fine.
he also said it has to look real, bros, and if we don't take anything else,
my
that's going to be
God.
hella suspicious.
Oh, that's
Oh
a,
my
that's a good
God.
excuse.
Let's rob this dude.
This is why we bring you along.
Yeah, and the bike stuff.
Is there a convenient flashback about any traps that might be in this room?
Oh, that would be nice.
It's not like we'd forget what we were told.
We flash back to the planning room. There's nothing you need to know here. Just take it and go.
Yo, like, it looks totally safe. Maybe send Stumpy to grab it.
I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Sure.
Forgot we could do that.
My sense motive is so low, I'm just going to send Stumpy in to go grab it.
That's gonna be a 34.
For perception?
Perception, yeah.
Great. Stumpy goes. I can only imagine the word to use is clambering over to this case.
It's not subtle, it's not stealthy.
But you hear it, January. Something in the vents.
Oh no.
And then a small rat-shaped boomerang clips into the side of Stumpy as it staggers around a little bit and hits the ground. And above you, you see one of the vents drop down. A smoke bomb explodes, and in the darkness you hear, "That doesn't belong to you."
Are you for real?
The smoke clears, and you see a man standing in a rat suit, covering his face with a long cape and a tail, and he says, "That belongs to Wade."
Are you a man in a human in a rat costume?
I'm the Rat Man.
Bro, that's like appropriation.
He's a rat
Wait,
man.
Doesn't that feel a little like, Ysoki's might be offended by this?
I am offended, bro.
Roll for initiative.
That is a bad roll.
What?
Where's my initiative on this?
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Fantastic.
16.
Cool.
10.
Why do I always go first? It happens every time.
Hey, don't worry, Terry. You don't.
Why do you roll good?
Every time.
The Rat Man's going to go first, and with his first attack, he flicks out and fans 3 more of those boomerangs and throws them at all 3 of you. Everyone give me a reflex save, please.
Okay. Ooh.
That's a better roll. I got a 19.
I crushed it with a 28.
25.
Nice.
All right. You're only going to take half damage as he throws this barrage of fingers at you, boomerangs. You're going to take 5 points of slashing damage each.
Okay.
Now it is your turn, Soju.
Okay, I'm just gonna spend my movement to activate Stumpy as he pulls out this red iron blade and gonna attack that rat man.
Okay.
Yeah.
The drone is attacking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
use my
looks
move
at
action
it and
since
he's
pretty
like,
much closer to it.
"Get
so.
that thing away from me."
You be nice to Stumpy.
I won't.
I'll make my attack. Where is it? Okay. I got a 19.
That's enough. You hit him.
All right, hell yeah.
He's just kind of like kicking at it to keep it away from him, but it does manage to bury its sword into his leg.
As it is 15 points of damage, as this a plasma red star blade just kind of goes and slices into his shitty rat costume.
Hell yeah. It's an incredible rat costume, first
I'm
and
sure
foremost.
it is.
Who got 10?
That was me.
Yes, perfect. January, go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ratman. January leaps up to him with freakish speed, forming his right hand into a blade, it morphs around,
Okay.
and he just swings at him.
Sure.
That's going to be. So I figure out how all these sheets work. There we go. That's going to be a 19.
19 hits.
That's going to be 24 damage.
Nice.
Good lord, yo.
We just take him out in one turn.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
you drive your blade into the shoulder of the rat man, and he says, "What the hell? Why are you guys so strong? What level did I tell you to build these characters at?" It's your turn, Clutch.
Clutch is gonna run in and get in the fray as he forms his swarm strike, and he's gonna do a big punch, swarm punch. Ooh, that's a 27 right there.
That's incredible. Yeah, you form your nanites begin swarming around your fist, making it large and exaggerated. Hit me some damage.
I'll punch him right in the chest. It's gonna be only 17 points of damage. Never mind.
Only. You get him square in the chest, and he staggers back in a bit, and he says, "All right, we're taking the gloves off? Fine." And he once again reaches into his utility belt and pulls out these rat head shaped discs and throws them on the ground in front of you, and they begin beeping. And then he's going to, I think he hates Stumpy. He's just going to
Hey!
fuck this thing. And he's going to attack Stumpy.
No!
Yes.
He's just a little robot.
He hasn't hurt anyone.
That's a 19 on the die.
Okay.
What's its AC?
KAC or EAC?
KAC, please.
KAC 21.
Very cool. He rolled a 28.
Okay.
So he does 8 points of sonic damage as his boom knuckle fist comes down on the back of Stumpy's head and just hits it as hard as it can. And you get a feeling that Stumpy looks up and almost asks for more.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, 100%.
Don't be a freak like that.
So there are now these 3 things on the ground beeping and flashing in front of you.
Mm-mm.
It is January's turn. No,
No,
Soju's
Soju.
turn.
Soju's going to make a run for the briefcase
Okay.
while Stumpy makes another attack.
Okay. So give me an athletics check for Soju and an attack for Stumpy.
Okay. Well, the first one I rolled is a nat 20.
Okay.
And since you said athletics first, that's what it'll be used for.
Okay, tell me how Soju gets this briefcase.
I imagine that she just like sprints through whatever fog or whatever is happening, that the dissipating mist of it, and just sprints like no one, and just grabs it. I don't.
Yeah.
She's not one of those like jumpy types. She just like goes and does things.
Hell
So,
yeah.
You know. And then we'll
You've
do-
got the briefcase. It's in your hands, and you hear the Ratman go, "Give that back. It's not yours.
No, you're hurting Stumpy.
I fucking hate him." It is... Oh, yeah, you're doing an attack with Stumpy, right?
Nat 1. So I went from a nat 20 to a nat 1.
Incredible. Stumpy goes to swing, and this time, because of he knows how hard that the Ratman hits, he just kind of like goes, ting, doesn't even try to do any damage, and then just like looks at him like, again. Again. In the vault, there are these screens that have now turned on, and it's like main event time. And there's all these like flashing lights, and there's like a weird graphic, and the Voltaire thing comes on, and Voltaire announces that the main event is about to start. And you see the Ratman whip his head around, and on the screen you see 3 people. There's a Ysoki, a Kasathan, a 4-armed warrior, and a android with a headband on, and they're standing in the middle of a dance floor. And you can see that there's also a man in a disco ball. It seems like there's a bunch of crazy shit happening. And the Ratman looks at this and he says, "Fuck." And he looks at your briefcase, and then he looks at the vents. And with a grappling hook, he reaches up and disappears up into the vents.
Bye-bye, Mr. Ratman.
And he doesn't nearly disappear as stealthily as he arrived, because you just hear dunk, 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 as he is making his way through the vents. All you guys need to do is get out of this vault.
Are there still flashing discs at our feet?
There are flashing discs at the feet.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
I look at the guys. I'm like,
Wait, don't move. I've got this. I saw this on a newscast the other day, and it's tight.
and I reach into my cheek pouch and I pull out a bomb and I press the button. And a silent pulse of magnetic energy goes off, hopefully disabling these things.
It does. They are electronic. So
Oh.
is this like an EMP?
It's a
kind of
jammer
thing?
charge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It'll jam them for 30 seconds. So I'm
Oh,
like,
good.
Let's get going.
Okay.
And then I
Go, go.
toss away. I'm like,
The bomb
Well.
in the cheek pouch. Wish I thought of that before.
Well, you've just got to get out of this vault. And the door's closed behind you, but you do know there is a manual release.
okay.
Which is what's the trick here? What's going?
Yeah, what are you doing here? What's
yeah,
happening?
yeah. Just
I
Don't-
flip it.
tell me like there's
Gotta
just a
go.
switch.
You hit
what
it?
about the switch is
Yeah,
happening?
hit it.
Okay. January hits it, and you feel the whole vault rumble for a second, and then you hear it beginning to move, and it feels like it's going up, like an elevator.
Oh, look, it's doing it for us.
Yo, we should have not hit that maybe.
Is this the flashback where we're like, hey, just don't hit the switch, whatever you do?
The vault seems to lock into place for a second, and then the back wall opens up, and it's like the back alley of a street, and the Patra guard is standing there with a car waiting for you, with the doors open, and he says, we flash back to the planning room, and the crime boss says, again, Voltaire is working with you, so it'll be easy to get out. Just hit the button, and it'll raise up to street level, and it'll be easy to escape. I'll have my guy waiting for me.
This is such a bad vault. This is a terrible vault.
This wasn't that hard.
It's almost like the guy was trying to make sure that you could get through it, especially in 45 minutes.
And they used petty.
You return back to the bar, and the large crime boss is sitting at the bar, and he's taking a sip, and he pats the seats, and he says, join me. Have a drink. Celebrate your victory.
You guys got like Mountain Dew? I know it's out of business now, but I crave that sweet taste.
He stands up and heaves himself over to the back bar and waves. He puts his hand on a pad and it scans, and a golden fridge opens up, and there's a couple bottles, vintage bottles of Space Mountain Dew.
Yo, that was a good year.
I take one.
Well, he's going to pour you a glass.
Even better.
And he pours. Oh, that's our other podcast.
You do a tight 6-minute show.
He pours you all a glass of Space Mountain Dew, and he says, "Now, I know I said you were free, but Voltaire liked the way that you worked."
We did do a very smooth, cool job, bro. But also, you said you didn't lie.
I didn't.
Oh, cool. So we're done?
With me. As the Patriguard stands up and says, "Now you work for the real crime boss." And that's where we're going to leave it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, friends. We are No Quest for the Wicked. We have things to do. If you enjoyed the show, you can find us on noquestcast.com. We're available on literally everything you've ever wanted to listen to a podcast on. If you enjoyed the show and you want to come say hello to us, we'll be at the Canadian Podcast booth from 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock. Also, before you leave, meet us at the front door. We have raffle tickets. We're giving away. We've partnered with our friends at Misty Mountain Gaming. We've got a really kick-ass set of metal dice. So grab a set of raffle tickets. We'll be at that door over there. Meet us at the Canadian Podcast Award booth. We'll pull a number, and if you win, you get it. If you have somewhere to go, like you have to do a show, or you're going to a booth, or you're going to work, that's cool. We'll be posting the ticket on our Instagram. And if you win, just let us know. Just take a picture of your ticket, and we'll find a way to get it to you.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much
It's
for
been a
coming.
blast.
Hope you have a
so-
great convention.